Hello and welcome once more to Red Gaming Tech. My name is Amata. Today is the 26th of February and this time I have some news for you regarding net neutrality, as new rules have been approved by the Federal Communications Commission. Now have no fear, this has pretty much been seen as a victory for advocates of net neutrality. And 3 commissioners voted in favour and 2 against, so it was pretty close. And basically, the broadband providers will have to take immediate legal action over the rule changes, and basically this prevents people from having internet fast lanes or blocking or speeding up connections for a fee. However, I will go through the main changes for broadband providers with you now. Broadband access is being reclassified as a telecommunications service, meaning it will be subject to much heavier regulation. Just to break out of the quote a second here. That doesn't mean they're going to be trying to control the content more. That basically means that broadband providers are going to be watched pretty closely, so they don't try and pull a fast one and basically mean that people who pay more get more in terms of the internet fast lane. You know, the whole point we're doing this in the first place. So basically, they're going to have a more heavier government watch on them. Broadband providers cannot block or speed up connections for a fee. Internet providers cannot strike deals with content firms, known as paid prioritisation, for smoother delivery of traffic to consumers. Interconnection deals, where content companies pay broadband providers to connect their networks, will also be regulated. Firms which feel that unjust fees have been levied can complain to the FCC. Each one will be dealt with on a case-by-case basis. All of the rules will also apply to mobile providers as well as fixed line providers. The FCC won't apply some sections of the new rules, including price controls. Which is obviously exactly what everybody wanted. No one wanted internet fast lanes. No one wanted to have to pay extra just because you're stuck in the slow lane or whatever. That sounded terrible. And Verizon, who are of course a broadband provider, have issued a statement, and I'm sure they're totally neutral and don't have a bias and didn't want internet fast lanes or anything. I mean, it's not like there's money to be made. It's not like they're rinsing a nice towel full of money or anything like that. However, they do have a statement, and it's hilarious. And he basically said that the rules being adopted by the FCC were, quote, written in the era of the steam locomotive and the telegraph. To say his decision by the FCC to encumber broadband internet services with badly antiquated regulations is a radical step that presages a time of uncertainty for consumers, innovators and investors. History will judge today's actions as misguided. Yes, completely neutral there, Verizon. I'm sure you totally weren't, pushing for internet fast lanes so you can rinse more money out of your customers. Yes, we'll totally view this as misguided because, we just wanted to give you more money. We wanted to watch you cackle in a tower of money. Whew. And I have a little bit of a more reasonable statement here from one of the commissioners who voted for this particular result, Jessica Rosenworcel. I'm probably just butchered that name, but still. She said, quote, "We cannot have a two-tiered internet with fast lanes that speed the traffic at the privileged and leave the rest of us lagging behind. We cannot have gatekeepers who tell us what we can and cannot do and where we can and cannot go online." Now, Verizon aren't the only ISP to speak out, naturally. They're all basically decrying it and basically trying to make out like we're stifling their creativity and basically stopping them from doing stuff. The only thing we're stopping them from doing is rinsing their customers, as far as I can understand it. I'm not exactly an expert on net neutrality, but how does having reasonable rules stop them from having a connected fridge? And that's genuinely something that somebody brought up. The only exception that's going to be made is going to be public services like, say, remote heart monitoring, which is going to be fair enough. That's completely understandable. So yeah, pretty much a victory here. So let's all be happy. Good day for the internet, and I'll see you next time.